The desperate scream of a little girl and the frantic bark of a trapped dog were just some of the sounds heard throughout this year's Randy Boaz Paramedic Competition. The annual event held at Miami-Dade College's Medical Center campus honors the memory of former Miami-Dade College instructor, the late Randy Boaz. The competition is an all-day event testing the skills of paramedic teams.
We've been doing this again for 10 years. Randy Boaz was one of the first paramedics in the entire country way back in the 1960s. So he was my paramedic instructor, and he was his paramedic instructor for several of the people that are involved in this. He passed several years ago before we started this competition. This is a learning tool and a fun way to get these people, the paramedics, on the field to train even harder, to learn even more. It's, I guess the best way I can compare it to is like the Olympics. You can be a runner, but everybody strives to be that gold medal winner. So these are the same people. They're the paramedics. They're giving them the same scenarios, but they strive to be the best, which only helps everybody else. So the person that's calling 911 benefits from all that training that they're receiving.
Professor Barnett tells us the scene changes each year, and competing teams have no idea what they'll find when discovering the mock emergency.
One of the patients in the scenario is basically a family that's down in their luck in the recession. They have nowhere to live, so they've gone down and they're living in the sewer system.
When teams first entered the room, their first encounter was this black curtain draping the tunnel opening. Teams had to squat, then enter the tunnel to help the family trapped inside the sewer system.
Through these tunnels here, the medical teams crawled before evaluating the vault and entering to care for the patients.
When the teams go and crawl through a tube, the first two patients they're going to find is the mother and the father, which are unconscious. And then when they crawl through a second tube, they have a teenager that's yelling for help because they need help. The teenager's younger sister is the fourth patient, but she's actually still trapped behind the wall.
Once in the vault, teams had 12 minutes to assess the scenario and start administrating care. Teams were able to request additional help from TRTs, also known as Technical Rescue Team. This move is done in a real-life emergency. However, when these TRTs arrived, they were comic relief.
I'm going through. This guy's good. I can't get him.
So if you're wondering if the superheroes helped or hindered the competitor's ability to work, here's what a paramedic from the Mexican Red Cross had to say.
You have to keep focused, but you usually are accustomed to doing this. In a real world scenario, you usually have distractors and family members or people that are looking around or traffic or whatever. So you're more or less used to focusing on your patient. But this situation where you're in a competition, and especially the teams from Mexico, it's a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibility to come here and do our best possible job.
As teams attempted to do their best, judges were standing by with clipboards grading each team. Points were taken off for the things teams forgot to do. Over 20 teams competed this year. The makeup consisted of returning teams from institutions of higher education, professional teams from local municipalities, and 3 international teams from Mexico. And each team had the mindset of working hard to win.
City of Boca Raton's always for gunning for number one. But no, it is a training exercise, and we do travel a lot, competing nationally and internationally. So we like to take our what we learn here and then take it all over the world.
Bueno, esta es mi segunda ocasión en la que visito Miami, sobre todo esta competencia de...
This is the second time I visit Miami and attend the Randy Boaz Competition. I am much more prepared and calm. I am not as worried as the first time we competed. It's very nerve-wracking, but now we are prepared. Now we know what our objectives are and what are the functions of each paramedic in my group. And well, let's get to work.
If you want to be part of the competition next year, it's held every June at the Medical Center campus. You can visit our website, www.randyboaz.com, to see pictures of former years. Proceeds of the event benefit the Randy Boaz Scholarship Fund. Oh, and if you're wondering who won, first place went to the City of Margate, Team A. And as for our international friends from Mexico, one of their teams came in third place. For Miami-Dade College in Focus, I'm Hector Gonzalez.